Welcome back to the Really Bad Podcast. This is episode 4. We're getting a little old.
We're considered a toddler now. We're walking around.
We're almost
We're doing
to kindergarten.
some bad things.
Oh, baby, you know we're up to something nefarious. We're back with your host.
I'm tell the people that we've been busy.
We have.
We got to take finals. Turn in some assignments.
Don't remind me. Disgusting.
Little code here, little code there.
But guess what? You're done. You've reached the finish line, my brother.
I take one test in July and then boom. Masters in cybersecurity.
Gosh. How does that feel to be able to say that?
Feels weird. My master's has been easier than my bachelor's. And it's really weird to say.
So I've heard. Gosh, what was that now? I guess you don't get to throw on the doctor tag to your name with like a PhD or something. This is just
I don't. Yeah.
What would you
say? Just like a certification.
Right.
That's all it is, a certification.
Master Will.
Basically saying that I really learned about cybersecurity and computer science. Just tell people, he really liked it.
Oh yeah, he really knows it. That's a good way.
I don't know that. I feel like some of my teachers don't know what they're talking about.
Well,
specifically, one guy I had talk about Bitcoin, who taught us the wrong hash function and how Bitcoin operates.
That is
which all that means is he watched the really poor YouTube video.
It's almost like he went to the Really Bad Podcast for that information. No more capable hands than that for your masters.
Well, if he read my paper that I turned in instead of just giving me a self-service A. Now that's all they do.
Oh, is it?
You might have grades on Canvas and stuff, but all that really matters is what they put in at self-service at the end of the year.
Right. That's the big cheese. That's what matters. That's what's going to show up later.
So you could get a D in a class on Canvas, but end of the semester they could put in an A and nothing happened.
Has that ever happened to you before? You get like a...
That's happened to me.
It did?
My very first semester in my master's degree, yep.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, I had a professor. Well, everybody in the class had D's.
So he just...
The highest grade was a B, and I had a D in the class, and he rounded me to a B.
Wow. I've never heard of that before. I can get behind that.
This was a really bad teacher too, so he retired after that semester. So.
Oh, that was it.
That was it for him.
The last
he was old.
It's a shame. Feels good to be young still. Can't even imagine what it would be like to be old.
I feel old now. Only a couple years older than you, and not even.
Yeah, I mean...
Maybe 2 or 3. I'm not going to say what our ages are.
But. Right. No, we can't dox each other. That wouldn't be very good of us to do. You know what? I think that should be our finale. We just dox all the personal information we know about each other and then end the podcast like that.
I don't want to dox you. You're my boy.
Come on. You don't want to get up to something bad? Live up to our name?
Something devious.
Speaking of something devious, I think you have a bit of a devious roommate situation that is rapidly changing due to some external factors. Maybe you want to touch on that just a smidgen, not too much. We don't want to live in that bad memory.
The roommate is wrapping up. Thankfully, this is the last night.
Oh yeah, it is. This is the end of the end for you, at least.
This is it.
it's been a
But how could I describe his roommate in one sentence?
Sophia. No.
Selfish.
Uh, maybe not use my description. That may not have been the best. That was a really bad description, if I do say so myself.
With a really bad podcast.
I don't know. There's a lot to talk about with him. I don't know how I would sum that up into one sentence. It's,
No, he's just really self-centered and unorganized and moves to his own compass, which everybody does, but
yeah. But
you
hey,
really can't explain this person without.
this is like Charlie. It's hard to do in just summarizing. You can't really summarize this. You talk about one thing, it's going to lead to 100 others. It's just that complex.
Yeah, but this guy, he's just he moves he moves to the beat of his own drum.
Sometimes
Does what he
it's
wants to do.
yeah. Sometimes it's a
Very
good thing.
persuaded, very
Oh,
persuaded in the bodybuilding lifestyle. Thinks he has to be moving around all the time to burn calories.
it's okay to take a
But
seat.
he's a good guy. He's not the cleanliest guy.
Mm.
He's basically like a teenager. I have to tell him stuff all the time. Take the trash out if you see it's full. Load the dishwasher the right way. You know, you put the plates on the bottom, you line them up.
Mhm.
You don't put a plate upside down on the top rack where the small bowls and stuff go. You don't do that.
No.
Not efficient.
No.
But this guy's been doing it for almost a year.
You know,
So
some
that's
people
why I lose patience.
some people learn their lessons in different ways. Sometimes it takes a good towing company and uh, weeks of deliberation, and other times it just takes, a little scolding. Everybody's got their own way.
Well, this person would also go on a discussion post that required some feedback to every. You'd have to reply to one or two posts,
Mm-hmm.
and this person will reply with a 5-paragraph essay for each person in the class. And when I told this person, hey, you don't have to do that, just, keep it brief. You only got to do it one time each week to whoever you want. He was like, some people do things differently.
Some people do.
And right there, I was like, all right, you don't want my help. You don't have to take it. Just do your stuff the hard way.
Maybe it's a passion. Maybe he'll become an author one day. Perhaps. I'd be
He's
interested.
a great guy.
Yeah.
He's a great person, but he's just the way he does stuff is not the smartest.
Can't expect everybody to be the most efficient, I guess. I know I've experienced it before. Especially at my place of work. I see a lot of things done in less than efficient ways, and even when you tell somebody, "Hey, don't take that golf cart out to the road. That's not smart. You won't be able to get back." They don't listen. They'll do it anyway, and then when they get stuck, they look to you for help. It's an annoying
You miss our
cycle.
golf cart rides?
Oh man, I miss it so much.
I drove it last Thursday.
Oh yeah? Is that
Yeah, I had to go. It was later in the evening.
ooh, a little sundown sonata in the golf cart?
Nah, dude, it's dead here. There's like nobody here anymore. Kind of nice.
And for all you listeners at home, our if it's not already evident, our college experience has wrapped for this semester, and Big William is still at the campus because of some obligations, and he kind of has to get through the tumbleweeds and stuff since no one else is left there. It must be pretty lonely. I mean, I don't think there's hardly anyone left that's still there that we know.
No, it's trying to think. Aside from people that have jobs here, which is like the only thing keeping people here.
Yeah.
Other than that, everybody's going back.
But man, when you go back, you're not going to come back. That's kind of sad to think about. It's just now hitting me.
I won't be here when you come back.
Oh, don't say that. Oh, that's sad. It was a pleasure serving with you while you were here. It's too short. No more faculty dining trips. No more. Oh, I can't think about it. Too much.
I know. Last Thursday was like the last week that the dining hall was open. And I had nobody to go with me on Thursday because everybody left. So I was like, do I go by myself or...
You had
You know what I did?
What?
I didn't go.
No.
I didn't go.
Really? So what was your last...
Like,
oh, what?
it was with you.
That was the last one?
It was with you.
I guess it's fitting, man. That's sad.
It was never about the food.
No, it wasn't. It was about the really bad... oh my gosh. It wasn't really bad.
Came from.
That's where it was birthed. I guess we haven't ever said that before, how this podcast came about.
No, we both just had the mutual idea of always wanting to start a podcast, but we never had that. We were needing that missing link.
It was
get it off the ground.
It was an incomplete puzzle. You know, you had your part, I had mine. And then right there at faculty dining, it all came together.
Mm.
Oh man, that's going to go down the history books. They're going to build a monument in that very spot where this podcast was dreamt up. That's history right there. It makes me sentimental thinking about it because there's not going to be any more faculty dining meetings. How are we going to come up with any more great ideas?
I think I could come back there and just walk in like a... As long as it's not that one lady that wants the ideas every time.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which it only happened once, but...
Ugh. Or that other lady that sends you away if you're not wearing pants.
I think that was the same lady.
Was it? I think, yeah, I think you're right. I think that was the same lady.
The white girl.
Yeah. For all of you out of the loop, the first time I was ever graced with a trip to this mystical faculty dining, I wore khaki shorts to my own mistake. The dress code there is very strict, and you gotta wear pants or you don't get in. That's kind of the gist, and I didn't realize that. I thought business casual could include khaki shorts, maybe. Nope, not in their book. I had to go back and change just to get in, and honestly, I was a little peeved. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I was told that,
worth it.
It was worth it.
Worth it though, right?
Yeah, and in the beginning I was peeved, and I went all the way back to my room and changed and came back. But then I experienced the mac and cheese. 4 cheese mac and cheese, might I add. The grilled chicken seasoned to perfection. the sweet tea. Sorry to all of our northern listeners that don't understand quite what I'm talking about with that. But when I tell you that the sweet tea was brewed beyond comparison to anything I've had before, take my word for it, it was delicious. I understood in that moment why you had to wear pants. You couldn't underestimate the impact that putting that delicious food in your mouth had. If you were going to have to think back to your first time, or any time for that matter, wearing anything less than your best is just not acceptable for such a special moment. So I understood, even though I was peeved at first. But gosh, to think that to do that in the future, we're going to have to walk in without permission is a really bad thing to do, which I guess is fitting. But it's just not going to be the same.
I'm not a sweet tea guy. Is that okay for me to say?
Whoa, okay. Wow, that came out of nowhere. You're not a sweet tea guy?
Is that okay?
I guess it's okay. I mean,
dude, water has never hurt me.
No, well, unless it's like that brain-eating amoeba water from, what year was that big? Like 2016, I think.
Yeah, 2016 was such a wild year.
There was a lot going on in 2016.
I asked people of different generations, what was 2016 like for you? You know what they all said?
What?
It was great.
It was
a great year.
It was a good year.
It was great for everybody.
I liked that year.
2015 was okay too. 2014 was nice.
There was a good stretch there from like 2013 to, I'd say, about 2017, 2018. That was a pretty good stretch.
I like 2018. 2018 wasn't bad.
There was a lot going on in 2018 too. Like that was.
You know what it was?
What?
We got through the Mayan calendar. Once we got through 2012. Once we got through Coney 2012, we were good.
Coney 2012. Was there any repercussions for scamming so many people for that?
I don't know. That was like before Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. That was like people just sending PayPal to somebody.
Hey, power to them.
I don't even understand the lore behind Coney 2012. The guy wasn't even alive when it was going on.
He wasn't?
The guy was dead for like 20 years or something.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Wow. I just knew about what was it? African guy going around enslaving people, bad.
Yeah, kids, right?
Yeah, it was kids or something, and if you send money, it helps us defeat this enemy to the good of the world, and whatever, buy the t-shirt, blah, blah, blah. And then it all ended up being a big scam. I don't really know anything other than that, though. That's
all it was, I believe.
Wow.
There was no validity to it.
Well, I will say, since the invention of the internet, scammers have had, I'm sure they have had an increase in their funding. Speaking of that, did you happen to see Mark Rober's new video about busting up 4 of those scam call centers in India?
Oh, dude, I love those videos. I've watched a couple in the past.
You ever partake of the YouTube channel Jim Browning by chance?
Oh, his voice is so unique, right?
Oh, yes. It's very
like
soothing.
Very dark and like kind of raspy a little bit, but like very monotone.
Are we thinking of the same Jim Browning?
Yeah.
This guy's...
adjectives probably weren't too good, though. It's a very low-tone voice, though.
Yeah. He's kind of got a bit of this in his voice. He's a little... He's inquisitive.
Very Scottish. Very UK-ish.
Yeah. I want to be Jim Browning when I grow up. That's my goal.
There's so many of those guys though that do that now. It's kind of funny.
Dude, I want to be one of them. That's sick.
Yeah, but you have to learn so much about like you gotta have like probably two or three VPNs at use at all times. You gotta have like those internet phone dialers, and I'm sure it's not hard, but it just seems like a lot.
It would definitely be a big setup for that, but hey, I'm I'm kind of down. Like that seems
Kind of down
fun.
with it.
I'm kind of down. Like reversing a scammer's connection to like get in his computer and then hacking CCTV cameras and seeing their every move. That's I- I love the videos where he screws with them and like starts saying things that they're doing in person and all that, and
Oh
just
yeah,
and then like brings up their real name and stuff. That's so funny to me. It's so funny. I can't. And then the epitome of that is Mark Rober's video where he teamed up with Jim Browning and then sent like rats and cockroaches and stuff into the call centers and glitter bombs. That was I want to do that. That's so much fun. If I could get paid for something like that, that is my goal in life.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, you haven't? I think
Sounds like a good one.
oh, it was fantastic. I loved it. Jim Browning and Mark Rober teamed up and did they used Mark Rober's contraptions and Jim Browning's connections to just completely mess with the like four of the call centers. And one of them got raided and shut down, so it's pretty good. And then Jim Browning uploaded his part of the video on his channel where he was like taking the audio from the phones of the scammers and turning it into like chipmunk voice, and they could like hear themselves, so they were getting frustrated about that happening and weren't sure why it was happening. It was pretty funny. I liked it.
Have you seen? Forget the guy's name. He used to work at NASA, but he stopped and he's just doing YouTube full time now.
That's Mark Rober.
But he'll do. Is that who I'm thinking of?
Yeah, that's
The guy
Mark.
who did the glitter bomb video.
Yeah, that's Mark Rober.
Yeah,
We've come full circle.
full circle. Yeah, I probably watched that glitter bomb video at least two or three times.
Oh, I love it. It's so much fun to see that. It's just fun to watch the really bad people get what they got coming to them. It's like, yeah, take that glitter. Shouldn't have taken that Google Home off of that person's doorstep. Stupid. It's like being the old man on your front porch yelling at the kids for like taking a baseball bat to your mailbox or something, and you finally get to watch them have their just desserts. I don't know. That was a really bad comparison. Never mind.
Well, you're in luck. You know why?
Why?
This is a really bad podcast.
Oh, I'm saved. Thank goodness. You know, we've been going 25 minutes now. I think we should.
That does, dude. We're just gonna keep going.
I know. I'm not saying
I
to
don't give a crap
stop.
about.
I ain't saying
I don't care
stop.
about our 30-minute usual.
My
We usually like to give the people 30 minutes because they got things to do.
yeah, they're
People to
busy.
see.
Our viewers have lives. Our listeners have lives. Excuse me. I didn't mean to call you guys the wrong thing. If they made it this far though, I think we need to give them a little treat. Like just give them a bone or something to keep them hanging on. Or just to thank them for making it this far. What's like a golden tidbit we should tell them just to make it worth their while? guess in
You
social.
could tell them how well you did on the golf course the other day.
Oh,
I heard you went golfing.
oh, Lord.
Oh,
Um,
I heard a rumor that you didn't do too hot.
Rumors are true sometimes. Uh, let me see. So I've played. The last time I played golf wasn't as bad, but the time before that, which was only a couple weeks difference, is, and I haven't played that much golf. I've only played like 4-ish times on a real deal golf course. The time before last time was the absolute worst I've ever done on a golf course in my entire life. And it degraded me probably more than really any other golfing experience I've ever had. And the story goes about, well, how many people went? I think me and 3 others went to this legendary golf course from or around the college that
Around
we
the part, yeah.
yeah around there. It's pretty well known, but this particular course, the quality of it is not there. I'll just be honest. Because
It's not gonna be all the time.
no, I have definitely come to figure that out over the past couple weeks. And I was a bit spoiled. I'll admit it. I was a bit spoiled when it came to that. And I mean, we're talking golf courses here, so it's just a guarantee that this is spoiled talk in the first place. But when it comes to golf courses, I was a bit spoiled because around where I am, there's the only golf course is a pretty nice one. You know, it's pretty well kept, and events are hosted there all the time. It's a good atmosphere. Everything is like not falling apart. It's a really it's like a posh place, and that was what my vision of golf courses was. This like expensive kind of just afraid to touch anything in case you break it type of place. And wow, were my expectations of what golf courses were shattered when I went to this place. So one of these 3 other people that took me there, I rode with him to the golf course, and it is situated just out of sight on a hill. So when you're like rounding this hill on the road, you can't see it until you're at the top of the hill. When we were at the bottom of the hill, this friend told me, "Oh, this place is going to, well, probably keep your socks on, but you're not going to believe it." And I wasn't quite aware that he meant in the worst way possible. I wasn't going to believe it. Because we rounded the hill, and I busted out laughing because I didn't think it was a golf course. It was best way I can describe it is there were 2 buildings. One of them was a single-story cinder block fossil from the 80s that was somehow still standing, a true engineering marvel, if you will. And the other building looked like half of a tin can sticking out of the ground where the golf carts were kept, all like probably 20 of them. To me, that's not much at all. Because of my spoiled history with golf courses. We walk into the I guess we call it the clubhouse, but it didn't fit the name at all. As soon as you open the rusty hinged door, you get greeted with the scent of cigarette smoke, and it's heavy.
Cigarette.
It's cigarette smoke. It's like it's baked into the room. Like that's not a fixable problem. It's in the furniture.
How it should be, right?
Right. That's the real blue collar experience that I wanted from this place. After seeing the outside, We walk in, and there's this one lady that seems to be in charge of everything, and she's running the counter, gets us our payment, and takes our money. And then we go outside, and for some reason, and I'm not one to cave to peer pressure, of course, but on the way there, everyone else had said, "Oh yeah, let's just walk. Let's just walk. Why don't we? It's cheaper." Da, 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 da. And this golf course wasn't expensive at all. Like and I should have known from the price tag that it wasn't going to be that great, but I, for some reason, was naive and optimistic. And it wasn't even that much to ride a cart, but they made the point it's cheaper, and they were all like, "Come on, everybody else is walking. Why don't you?" And I was like, "Okay. I mean, I've never walked a 9 before. Why don't I try it? It could be okay." It was not okay. I don't know why I let them convince me to do that, because walking made an already not good game for me that much worse. And we get to the first tee box. We walk there, and my golf bag is not used very often, so it's stored in a shed. It's got a few cobwebs and stuff on it. I set the thing down, and I'm kind of getting ready. I put my glove on, blah blah blah. I feel something on my arm. I look down, and a spider that looks identical to a brown recluse is on me. From I can only imagine from my bag. So I have a little bit of a freak out on the tee box. I swipe it off of me, kind of have my episode, as you do when a brown recluse is on your arm. And everyone gets ready to tee off, and I get ready, and not a strong start. I whiff it a couple times and hit the ground another time, and then finally hit the ball, but it goes, I kid you not, straight to the right. It barely goes forward at all. And this golf course is small enough to where all of the holes are right beside each other, and my ball goes just about into the fairway of the second hole. And this is about the same as it was for the whole round. Like, whole round was that bad. I couldn't figure it out the whole time, and it had been a while since I played golf at that point, so it was really bad. And I found out walking 9 holes on a golf course will tire you out and make your game that much worse. So I wasn't doing too hot. It was not good, and it was also like the UV index for that day was ridiculously high, and it was hot, and I felt like I was gonna die, I'll be honest. But yeah, that really humbled me. And the next time I went golfing, I made doubly sure to get a cart, because there's no way I'm ever walking a golf course again in my life unless I have to. But yeah, that was my golfing experience. Didn't do too hot, I'll say. Kind of discouraged me.
Shoot?
That's a great question. Lost count, I'll be honest. I lost count. After I got, I think, 8 on the first hole, which was a par 4, I think. Got 8 on that. 7 on the next one. 8 again on the other one. On the third one, I mean. I just stopped counting. Because at that point, I could only get angrier. So I was like, you know what? I'm here for fun. I'm not taking this serious. And I only decided that about 4 holes in. So not the best for my pride, but we all need to be humbled sometimes. And that was my humbling experience for the month. Really took me down a couple notches.
It's all right though. I mean, it's not the end of the world.
No, of course not.
I'm more of a putt guy.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Like, are you into golf much?
No, my future father-in-law loves golf. Like, he knows all the players. He's been to the Masters, not playing, but has been watches it all the time. And I told him, I was like, don't invite me to play. I'm not good.
Don't do that stereotypical father-in-law move where you go, "Hey, you want to play around, buddy?"
No, we're not doing it. Don't do it to me.
It
I'm
could
not
be.
good. I don't want to be good.
I
Let's go kill the Ender Dragon. That's what.
Yeah. Let's go do a speed run real quick, my man. Let's go get all the achievements in Halo
I've
3.
started a series where I'm trying to get all the achievements.
In Halo 3,
And
that is. Right.
I've got all those. I'm talking about Minecraft.
Oh, you're doing Minecraft?
Oh yeah.
Hey, you're in my ballpark now, buddy.
Now it's the. I guess it'd be considered Bedrock.
Yeah. It's on the Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Bedrock. I'm not going to judge you
Big
for
Daddy
it.
Bill Gates.
Thank you,
Big Daddy
Billy.
Bill Gates bought it.
Thank you, Billy. Appreciate it. Gotta monetize everything, you little scumbag. But of course, I don't mean that if we ever get sponsored by Microsoft or any of its sister companies in the future. I mean, it's just jokes. Really bad jokes here on the Really Bad Podcast.
Jokes.
Take it on the shoulder, my guy. I didn't mean it. Just kidding.
Just jokes, Bill.
Come on, Bill. Work with me, Bill. Come on.
Xbox put out like I think it's like a 6 or 7 part documentary like on YouTube and stuff about Xbox for like its 20th anniversary.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, on YouTube and stuff, and it's pretty interesting. It talks about how like they came up with the idea and like how they pretty much had to like make their own way, obviously, and compete with PlayStation at the height of Sony like PS2 days.
Yeah. I imagine that'd be...
The PlayStation 2 is still the most successful console to date.
Oh, it is?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was the Wii for some reason.
Wii's up there. I think they're very close.
I hadn't... that's a interesting fact. I didn't know that. I had a PlayStation 2. I had some great memories on that thing.
My dad brought home an Xbox with Halo 2 in 2005, 2006.
Never looked back.
Never looked back. It was a wrap from then.
Yeah, you're pretty big.
It's different, right? Because when you're young and you have because back in the day it would just be like single player games, and you would play all those levels like ridiculous amounts. Like I remember playing Halo 2 campaign day in and day out, and would never get sick of it.
Yeah. No, I had that with a few games. Little Big Planet was one that I used to play a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean a lot.
I've heard good things about Little Big Planet.
The original one was really good. But what ruined it for me is my uncle, who was at the time still into games and consoles and stuff like that. He had a online... His PlayStation account was allowed to play multiplayer. Mine was not, because I was like a child and my parents didn't want me to do that. So I went to his house and I played Little Big Planet, and he could connect to the online community part of Little Big Planet where people make the levels instead of the campaign stuff.
In your head, when you first saw internet gaming with other people, were like, what the frick? What is going on?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean we can play with other people?
Dude, that was revolutionary to me. I felt like I was doing something wrong every time that I joined an online lobby in Little Big Planet and other people that I didn't know were joining. I was like, stranger danger. Get out, please. I don't want you here. It was weird experiencing that for the first time. For so long, I was not even aware of how any of it worked or how easy it was to do. I was always under the impression that it was super difficult to set up an account and, make it able to play online and all that. So, I mean, most of my days I just played by myself on whatever I was playing, like you were saying. But
Did you ever play RuneScape?
no, I didn't. And honestly, I feel like I missed out because I see all of the good nostalgia people have for it. And I've seen videos of RuneScape. And I feel like had it entered my life at the right time, I would have been really into it.
Oh, it was fun, dude. I was in it a little bit in its heyday,
Yeah.
but it's one of those early 2000s, late 2010s games that defined the generation. You learn a lot on that game. Like you learn how stuff was made, like armors and different metals, and pretty cool.
Taught you about
But
life. I
I think that was the first game where you could get scammed, like at a high rate.
I've heard about the big RuneScape scams before. I wasn't ever sure how they worked or anything, but
So like you could have like a room plate body, and somebody could type out to you, "Hey, free armor trimming. Just trade it to me, and I'll trade it back." They would never trade it back. They would take it and hop worlds, or people would do money duplication. You give me 100K, I'll give you back 200. Yada yada yada,
they'd never give it back.
and then never give it back.
Wow. They really finessing the system.
Classic ruse.
I was into a different online MMO back in my youth, and it's still my favorite game to this day, but you can't play it anymore because the server shut down. Do you ever hear about Clone Wars Adventures?
Obviously, a Star Wars game, right?
Absolutely. Do you ever remember seeing the commercials for that at any point?
No, it makes me think of like those old like Wizard 101 and
Yeah.
like Toontown
Yeah.
era.
It was like that, but like so much cooler. Like I can't explain it. Well, I can actually. It was basically an MMO but in Star Wars. And me being, a big Star Wars guy, especially when I was young and all that. Subtle side note flex, I have met the voice of Ahsoka Tano. Ashley Eckstein is a friend of my uncle.
Okay.
Pretty subtle flex. Me being the big fan I was, anything to do with Star Wars was given that I would like it. And an online game where you could get friends and credits and buy lightsabers and clothes and fight droids and soldiers. It was, let me tell you, that was the best game I've ever played as far as like exactly what I wanted out of it. Like that game hit the spot on everything. I saved up so much money in that game because they had two currencies. One was called Station Cash, which is basically, mommy's credit card bought me all this stuff.
Yeah.
And
the
then
days before microtransactions, right when it was coming in.
that was the birth of microtransactions. You would get mommy's credit card and buy some Station Cash and then go buy whatever you want in the game and, whatever.
You know the first game where I saw microtransactions come in?
Where?
You remember, like, did you ever play, like, Battlefield and stuff, like Battlefield 3 or
I dabbled.
Call of Duty,
Yeah.
like Modern Warfare 3 or something?
Yeah.
Remember they had, like, Call of Duty and you could pay, like, $100 a year or something. You would get all the map packs, and it's like Battlefield Premium as well. You would get, like, all the map packs if you paid $60 and stuff. I was like, why
Yeah,
should I have to pay more? I just bought the game.
right. That's I'm sick that they got away with, especially EA. They get away with so much garbage with microtransactions. It's like, okay, you bought the game, but now if you actually want to play it, you need to buy these other 4 packs and special access and premium, and if you want all the cool skins, you gotta buy this and that. And I don't like that very much. I'll be honest. I'm a bit of a cheapskate. I don't like spending money that much. If I buy a game, it's already a big enough investment for me. I don't want to continue buying garbage after that. But that's
I
just my
definitely don't
opinion.
pre-order games anymore.
Oh, you don't?
No, last game I pre-ordered was probably Halo Reach in 2010.
Is there a downside to pre-ordering that I'm not aware of?
Well, back in the day, pre-ordering was so you could reserve a copy because they didn't make games like they do now. They don't mass produce them.
Yeah.
So like they would only make like 100,000 copies. So you would pre-order and that would reserve you a spot to get one. So like early 2000s, that's what you would do.
Oh, okay.
But now games are so easily able to print. Plus, you can buy them digitally, so they're never out of stock.
Yeah.
So
Do they
now there's no use of pre-ordering.
do they upcharge on pre-orders?
Well, before you would pre-order, and you would kind of get a discount because you're taking a gamble, right?
Yeah.
So like when Halo 2 came out, it was $50, but like I think you could pre-order it and it'd be like 45 or something.
Oh, sick.
So it used to be, but
Back in my day. Feels It doesn't feel that long ago, but then again, it does feel like forever when games were simpler.
2012 was 10 years ago.
Stop it. The world ended
I
10
just
years
said it.
ago? I remember hearing there were so many kids at school that were saying, "Oh, the world's going to end in 2012." And I was like, "No, it's not. Y'all on
I
some
remember
whack."
Christmas break. I remember waking up. I was like, ah, still here. Still here. True story. That's really what I did.
I made it. I don't know how much longer we have.
Oh, Mayan calendar, Mayan calendar.
Mommy, is the Mayan calendar done yet? That would have been something else if that would have actually happened. I don't know what I would have done. Probably would have played some Clone Wars adventures until time to go. Something at least to ease the reality, the pain of all
Is
that.
that what you would do?
Yeah.
You ever thought about what you would do if like if all these NASA reports of asteroids coming close, like eventually one of them's gonna be like, all right, we're not messing around. This one's coming at us. You got 18 days until impact.
Oh, you best believe I'm about to go ham.
You
Well,
gonna slay the Ender Dragon one more time?
I'm gonna do everything that I really enjoyed doing at least once, and then to end it all off, I'm gonna live out my day like normal. Just another day until everything comes crashing down.
I think people would definitely quit all their jobs and just do whatever they wanted to.
I mean, why not? Got 18 days. Microsoft ain't gonna be worth anything in 18 days. Apple ain't gonna be worth anything in 18 days.
Now's the time to get back in the stocks, baby.
Oh my gosh,
Everything's down right now.
I'm suffering right now. I was an
What are you
idiot.
in? What you into?
Doge. but only a small amount. I only got
Oh, dude.
only $15, but I still want my $15 back.
Okay. I threw in $100
Oh,
in January of 2021.
mm-mm.
Like the day before I invested, it was less than a penny, but the day I invested, it was 3 cents, and I bought 100, flipped it into 3,000.
You made
That's how I bought. Oh yeah, that's how I bought my engagement ring for my fiance. That way.
you made $3,000 off of that.
Who do you think you're dealing with? Willy Wonka? Uh-uh. Real deal.
That's the real deal, man. I respect it. See, I was hoping to do that, and I did, kinda. I made a lot more than I put in, but I didn't take everything out. I was like, I'll keep a little bit to ride out the wave and see where it goes. All right, I'm done seeing where it goes now.
Now is what they call a bear market.
Oh yeah, it's no longer for the bulls,
Where
it's the bears.
and so everything's down right now. Basically, whenever you see a rise in unemployment, inflation, like when money is harder to accumulate
Mm-hmm.
for most people, a lot less people are going to invest because they need money for other things. They don't have expendable income just to throw in the stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people think your money is made on bull markets when everything's going up.
Nope.
Nay.
Nope.
Now's the time.
This is where the money's made.
This will probably be the cheapest time to ever buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, you're probably right with that, even though it is still in the thousands.
It's at 30,000.
Oh, it dropped that low?
Oh yeah, it was at 29 a couple days ago.
Holy moly, I didn't know
Oh
that.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's probably the lowest it'll go for now. I hope. If it goes any lower, then we might have some issues.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got in early too on GameStop, by the way.
Oh, you were one of those people?
Not super early. I wasn't like people that bought it for like $1 or something, but I bought in at like 120 when it went up to over 300.
Wow. And how
Which is,
much you flipped that for?
I got a couple hundred out of it, three or 400. I had a couple shares, not much though. I'm not a whale.
A whale.
That's what people call people that that have a bunch of a mass quantity of a certain stock or crypto. They call them a whale.
Oh yeah, don't want to be a whale. No.
No, you see a whale jump out of the water at you and makes a big splash. That's what they do because they have the power to like influence markets.
If they pull out, everybody.
I'm gonna send you a video later about this coin called Luna.
I've
It was
heard
basically
of it.
it was worth. You see a couple of videos on it. It was worth like $60 like 2 or 3 days ago. Each coin now it's worth less than a penny.
I've heard of Luna. I don't know much about it though. I didn't know that it dropped that far though.
No, stick with Loop Ring. I'm big on Loop Ring. It's like Ethereum is like trying to think. It's like the how fast the network can move for crypto. It's like what crypto is like makes it fast and transaction speeds and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And what helps that is Loop Ring. LOOPRING.
Yeah.
And GameStop partnered with them for their NFT marketplace.
Oh.
And like I told you, I did one of my papers on NFTs, and there's so much to NFTs that's not just pictures of monkeys and stuff.
Bored Ape number 3,487.
Did you see that Bored Apes were worth like a couple $1 million a couple days ago? Now they're trading for less than like 2,000.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah, look it up. Because nobody wants them. I don't want a picture of an ape. I can make that.
I guess, did they just dip with the rest of the market? Is that what happened? Or did they
Well,
just,
everything's down, which I'm sure helped, but like, who wants a picture of an ape right now?
well, I wouldn't. I don't care that much. I'll just draw my own. Or screenshot one that's already out there. I mean,
How dare you?
he's screenshotting my NFT. You can't do that. I own it. I own it. The blockchain doesn't lie. The blockchain doesn't lie. Sorry. I want that ape.
But like, think of NFTs in video games like, you know how in CS:GO you have all those knife skins and stuff.
Yep.
It's just like owning something like that digitally,
So
where you
stupid.
have that. Yeah.
I
Have you seen how much people pay for those CS:GO knife skins?
Oh yeah, I have definitely had my fair share of encounters of people that go way too far into that. I don't understand it. Like, I can't bring myself to pay that much money for something that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all of our NFT listeners out there, but it's not real, guys. It's pixels. Like, I'm not going to pay my life savings just for some pixels. I could imagine it on my screen, and that would be just as good. I will never understand it. I don't get it. But those Halo skins, those are worth the money.
Oh, dude, I got lucky and I got two actually. Halo Infinite Series X's, the limited edition ones.
Yeah.
And dude, those things were flipping for triple their price on eBay.
Heyo. You're a little flipper, aren't you?
I didn't flip them, I kept them.
Oh. Well,
I gave the other one to my brother for Christmas and I kept the other one. But what
sweet.
sucks though about limited consoles, like if they break and you like send it in to get repaired, you probably not gonna get your limited console back if it gets to a point where they can't scrounge it. You know what I mean?
No.
So,
Oh, that sucks.
but I take care of my stuff, so hopefully, you know, it stays up there, keeps going.
Yeah. If I'm sure that's the big part of it. If you just take care of your stuff, it'll be okay. Probably. I would hope. At least.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, you have any sick plans as far as moving on with the future after you leave town for good?
No, I don't know yet because I don't really know where I'm going.
You are a destinationless traveler, I hear.
I don't know where I'm going yet, but so it's kind of fun though, not knowing where you're gonna go.
I can see that.
I'll be in the Bahamas in August for my honeymoon, so that'll be fun.
Ooh. Bahama bum.
I take my comp exam in July.
Man. You're going places, man.
I'm excited for my bachelor party that I invited you to.
I can't wait.
It'll be fun.
After you told me what all's happening, I'm gassed. I'm ready.
We're gonna have 4 different Xboxes
4?
with 4 controllers on each.
You're
And
crazy.
we're gonna do a LAN party.
You're crazy.
I've never done them before. I've always wanted to do it, so here we go.
That's logistically impossible. There's no way.
That's how they did it back in the day.
You know what? I'm down. We playing some Halo? What's the game of choice?
Halo, baby.
Halo all the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be sick.
So we'll have 16 people, and so we'll be able to do like a 8-on-8 or 4 teams of 4. It'll be fun.
I like that. That's going to be crazy. I heard kayaking is involved.
Oh, I love the kayak.
You got a location scoped out for that too?
It's probably going to be about 45 minutes north of us
Ah,
from where I'm at right now. You get what I mean?
yeah.
Probably there or maybe down south. I got Wesley looking into it.
Mm, gotcha. It's going to be pretty fun. I like it. I like it a lot. Might have to do a really bad podcast special or something from there.
I like that.
I did. I like the sound of it. I think we could work something out. Maybe that.
Maybe
Ooh,
the first video one.
that's what I'm thinking. Dressed up like bachelors should be. Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
That's what people tell us or tell me about our podcast. Is like, why don't you guys have video?
Yeah, I hear that all the time. It's coming, guys. We have to be really bad in how we go about everything. So we gotta wait a little bit too long to give you what you want. Then we'll
No,
think
there's
about
no
it.
rush.
No, we're here for a good time, not a great time. I don't know. I can't ever get my sayings down with that. I want to make really good puns, but they don't ever come out right. I'll think about it. I'll get something together. Don't worry. A little
It's been
sleep.
a while since we've done one of these.
Yeah, that mixed in with a little bit of drowsiness has really done my grammar section of my brain wrong. But that's expected.
School's done right now. School's over.
That's right. I don't have to think hard anymore. I'm cruising. I've taken so much leisure time to recover from the stresses of how this semester went. And you know what? I'm not ashamed. I'm happy that I don't have to do anything except go to work at 6 a.m. tomorrow. But that's not school. I don't have to think about that.
And I like my last 2 years, my bachelor degree. I was in school for like 2 years straight because I did summer classes.
Hmm.
And like right now, I don't have like any real schoolwork to do except study for my test.
Must be nice.
And I'm basically just doing a problem a day.
I like that. That's not very stressful.
Yeah, I got like 2 or 3 months.
So you'd be ready to knock it out of the ballpark whenever time comes.
Yeah, I got till early July, so should be all right.
Well, I'm excited to be able to say that my friend has a master's in cybersecurity. It's a big flex. Then I can use that.
No, I didn't know at our school. I think we've talked about this that that they had a cybersecurity degree,
Mm-hmm.
and with that degree, you didn't have to take the 2 hardest classes known to man:
Oh no.
nature, programming language, and formal language theory and comp,
No, sir.
which put hair on your chest.
I'm going to be baby chested my whole way through because I am not touching either one of those. The one of them is just how to write your own programming language, right?
Yeah, it's coding without code.
I hate it. I hate
Well,
that.
Both of them really.
I'm not doing it.
Like it's a free for all.
I'm just not going to do that. I don't have to do that. Huh. And then the other one. What was the other one for?
Nature of Programming Language. It was basically the same stuff.
That's nasty.
Talks a little about the history of coding, and
Yeah, no, I don't
but
want that.
it was. They're basically the same class. It's ridiculous. Like
Don't don't.
it's a bunch
Oh,
it's a bunch of symbols.
nope. Don't test me with that. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to either.
I'll find some of my stuff and send it to you. I think I still have it. Yep, I see my binder that has it.
Oh no. Well, I'm looking forward to thanking my lucky stars about the work that potentially I was going to have to do that I no longer have to. And I'm sure after I look at your mystical binder, I will not be any short of grateful for being able to get around those two classes. All right, well, we have just plowed through an hour. We've already cleared it. We always talked about it, about how it'd be super easy, and we finally showed them. We did it.
I like it.
We
That's
cleared
episode 4 in the bank.
Episode 4 is in the bag, baby.
People didn't think we'd even get the 1.
Nuh-uh. They never, ever counted us in the race for the best, worst podcast. They didn't even consider us a possibility. But look at us now. Hour-long episode 4 shoved down their throats. Take that, big media. True? We're coming for all you podcasts out there that think you're better than us, because you are. And it's going to hurt even more whenever we overtake you. That's a
We
little
will overtake you based on the love that we get from our great viewers who keep coming back week by week.
Love you to
Amazing.
death, audio
Can you believe
listeners.
it? Can you believe it?
Can't even believe it.
We're finding an audience. I see the views.
Guys, we see you. We hear you. We appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for choosing our two voices to serenade your ears when you're trying to kill time or just looking for an escape from your stressful, less than ideal life. Or maybe it is ideal and you just want to be reminded of how bad it could be. I don't know. Whatever your reason, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah. It's a tough time out there. Thank you for spending a little part of your day with us.
We'll see you in episode 5 very shortly. And until then, stay nasty, stay bad.
Cinco de Mayo!
Adios!